Yes. So it's like on one hand, you have institutional religion, and then you have these guys who claim to be outside it, but really, do they understand why they
Yeah.
are outside
Same
whatever,
same stuff. Same stuff.
Same stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just another way of,
Yeah.
ego thing,
Yeah.
just another version of the
Yeah.
same crap.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So that this is the last thing you want to do. If you
Yeah,
have done everything, you start really doing this. Up to that moment, in fact, nothing happened.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Up to the moment that you see where you're dealing with, and starting to make connection with your soul, it is literally that you haven't started anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
correct.
just child play. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
And see the thing that you share with, in fact, inclusion is the fact that that's why it's such a paradox. Like you open your eyes still to everything. You will have to include everything in. If this is an illusion, you're going to see that it's an illusion. It will dissolve in front of you, but you will have to face it all. You cannot skip or exempt something or negate something or transcend something without having it fully seen for what it is. It will literally not work, never. It's impossible. Now here's the thing, and this is a nice entrance into what you are dealing with in terms of doula. Is like the thing that happens if death is an illusion, to help someone dying. If death is an illusion, then help someone dying.
Okay.
Take care of him dying, and you'll see
Yeah,
there's no
so
death.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so like in John Klein's text, he was saying giving up of everything, and but it's not so simple, and there are many people are still fixated in the object subject, dualism, and
yeah,
and he says that how many people are actually, conscious of consciousness itself, and nothing else.
yeah,
I mean, okay, the thing is, he did say that, and I was wondering, I mean, there's the understanding going around that you cannot be conscious of consciousness because consciousness itself is not an object,
hmm
So
yeah,
if you're conscious of consciousness, then you have the subject object dualism,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
consciousness being abstract, maybe to use the one of a better term, abstract, and you know, it cannot be an object. You can just be consciousness.
yeah,
You cannot observe consciousness or like an object.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah,
just
yeah,
be consciousness.
yeah,
So,
exactly. So
like
I
I
can
also,
say it in another way that makes it very clear too, and this is this. In fact, the problem with you waking up out of a dream is that you think that you are not part of the dream, but you're the dream itself, including the figure that runs around in it.
yes, yes,
So,
yes,
in order to become consciousness, you have to see all of it. Also, your idea about yourself as an inclusion of the dream, then it can fade, then it can dissolve. But if you think that you're separate from the dream and now you're going to wake up out of this dream, then you forget one person, which is standing right in front of you. It's like you forget to include yourself in. You
yes,
you're
yes,
you're
yes,
the
yes,
dream. You are the dream. You're the totality of it. Now this is hardly ever taught that way, but it's
yes,
really
yes,
it's really helpful. So it's
yes,
everything is about inclusion. If something is an illusion, look it right in the face.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
correct.
And if somebody is dying, and whatever that means, you're going to give him everything. Still, whether he's alive or not alive, what is the difference?
Yes, okay.
If you think there's a difference, then you stop giving because you think someone is dead, but it isn't. It's like
Yes,
so this is your opportunity to give and to see, like it will be revealed to you. You can say this on many different ways, but see, this is the respect that I feel for the ones that I was present with when they passed. Like in nursing, you see this a lot, and many people die. So it's like this is a delicate process in which someone is actually going through an awakening because he's going to give up his ideas about this world, looking back at it, seeing the meaninglessness of it, or the very memorable moments that he so treasures. It's like this is a delicate process in which everyone will come in a certain sense. Everyone comes into that process, and that's why it's so important to be very humble in it, in terms of opening, in fact, to be that vulnerable that you can stand next to a person holding his hand while he passes. It's an event. So if that event can take place while you're holding hands, for instance, it's a different experience than that I'm sitting there with my snobby spiritual ass saying there's none of it is true.
Yes, yes. I mean, it's like, and it may, the thing is, the client may may even get even more confused. What do you mean by it's not true? It's not. It's just an illusion. I mean, hello.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Would How would the client feel? I mean, what is more confusion?
Yeah,
And the last thing we need during the dying process is confusion.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Or doing something different than he's used to. That would
Yes,
throw him off the wagon. Like I have experiences with addicts. Then one guy who was in fact, yeah, using drugs for 30 years. He was on his deathbed. In the morning, he said, "Well, I actually would love to use some drugs before I go because I feel I'm leaving, I'm transitioning." And so he did, and it didn't take away any of the depth of the process that we were in allowing, yeah, in fact, making this transition. So it's like, yeah, stay in your habit. You don't have to change anything. This transition is going to take place in peace if you allow that. Now, here's your so you, in fact, as a doula, are listening. You're not doing anything. You're listening. What is necessary in this moment? I'm open and receptive to let myself be shown how to respond to any of this because that's how I can give, not any other way. See, if I've already an image of how the procedure will be, like the protocols in nursing, it is terrible. It is absolutely painful. If I allow this change to occur naturally, with every little part that is included in it, it is going to be a beautiful transition by just allowing that to take place.
yes,
Now you hear some a real happening because you didn't disturb the peace before a transition. I think that's where it's all about. That's what it's all about. Having peace, having a moment of peace in acceptance of the surrender into the unknown, you could say. So it is so individual how the process goes. Like one woman I was nursing, I started an art project with her, preparing attributes for a funeral. So what we did, we made like papier-mâché butterflies, and we were weeks busy doing that until she wanted to make 100 of them, so that everyone who would come to the funeral would get one. He could take them home. So we were making them, painting them, doing all kinds of things with them until they all were ready. And then at the funeral, we spread them around to everyone, gave everyone who was there, gave one. So, but in the preparation of doing something for her, the papier-mâché, giving something that extends beyond her limitation of thinking like suddenly I'm not there anymore, that dissolved in actually coming into the practice of making something that will last or that is temporarily still available, even though you don't seem to be there. but you still bring something very lovely into this world. You give it your intention, and you still give even after your death. You give everyone everything. So that was for her very healing. I think that was the easiest because then you could do something. People love to do things, even when they're dying. They love to do things. They wanna still confirm their own identity in the dream. And you can't blame them. They don't know any better. That's what they think about. This is what their life is. They really think that they are a character in the dream, and they live that. You can't take that away from them. Of course, they're going to return back into a setup with a dream world. Sure, that's how they will come back because they don't know any better. It's like that. That's perfectly all right. It's like, what do you care if they do it 5 times more, 5 more lifetimes? What do you care? Sitting on the end of time in with your ass, ass in eternity. What do you care about time? So,
Yeah.
so the total respect of where everyone finds himself is the least you can do. Yeah. So in the acceptance, something can change, but not in trying to bring the change about. Like that's never gonna work. No. So in the acceptance of, no, you're right in the place where you're supposed to be. That's nothing went wrong. No, you can be at peace with that. Nothing went wrong. You did it really well. Now, how do you feel about that? See, that's one aspect. And so the other aspects that you have is, of course, guilt and wanting to actually have a better past. Before they die, they wanted the past to be better. Now, this is an like an intense forgiveness project because what are you going to do? The past cannot change. The past is gone. Now, how can you come at peace with the past? Now, in our awakening, you have become an expert in it. You forgive all the time. It is your practice of releasing of any ideas you hold about anything. You release the ideas. Well, this that you could say radiate, that you demonstrate by just being you is a total help to anyone who is at some point in their lives, whether it's in death, whether it's in life, it doesn't matter. But you don't even have to say anything for it in order to be that. This is what you are and what you do. Just as you being you, undercover agent of the celestial security service. Yeah, that's like on a soul level, on a consciousness soul level, the soul doesn't perceive anything. It irradiates. It irradiates communication. It's literally what it is. It is communication. If I'm in touch with that, what do I need to do? On earth would I need to do? No, but I'm brought into situations. I'm brought into this world and including everything in, shining my light on every aspect of it, just by being present, just by releasing any kind of idea that I'm doing something. I'm not doing anything, but everything changes. Now, how is that possible? That means that, especially on a deathbed, that pain can come up really strong. People will start to feel pain even worse than ever because you entered the room. Something comes up for healing. Now they can release it or they can handle it in any way they want. It doesn't matter. But in fact, you bring in the principle of healing. In fact, the light principle, the configuration of light. Yeah. See, and if I know you, it's like if I look at you, you don't have to be concerned with any doula uh, um, kind of course or anything. No, because you're aware of this. You're aware of yourself as consciousness, and you do things in the world. Yeah, sure. Why not? You, you don't have to fight the world. You don't have to resist evil. You don't have to be afraid of darkness. No. So include it in, be present, and you know it changes, but in its own pace, not in the way that you think it should look. So it's basically the practice of patience, infinite patience, not anything else than what you do now. Yeah. Even patience with yourself, patience with
Yeah,
anyone that you meet. It's like you want it to look different and it doesn't look different. It is just what it is. And you're not going to change that. Only
yes,
by
yes,
your
yes,
acceptance it will change. Now what? You have to be patient until you're finally ready to accept it as it is. No, that's the practice.